I hate it for him because of his employee, but his employee really doesn't concern me. My bills concerns me. And he knows that, and we had that conversation, and so he's supposed to begin the A-frame on the deck.
Any water damage or anything?
Not that I know, it's concrete floors, thank goodness, but I don't know if there'll be any mold, or if it'll, damage those wooden doors. The original wooden doors that go into the gym. I don't know if it will end up damaging them, or he has got insurance to cover that, liability insurance, so he will be liable for it. And I'll hold him liable.
The next question.
Yes, sir. Is that good? That's all I have right now. So the 8th, we hope to see them over there doing something. Brings us to number 9, approved highway department road inventory for 2024. Mr. Hancock here, our road superintendent, and I reckon you got any questions for him? As far as I know, there's no changes, are there, Wayne?
Move to approve.
Got a move to approve,
Second.
the highway road inventory. Okay, I got a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Nathan Lane.
Yes.
Nathan Sanders.
Yes.
Chris Singleton.
Yes.
Curtis George.
Yes.
Eddie Mears.
Yes.
Rick Brandon.
Yes.
Randy Gannon.
Yes.
Crystal Alexander. Yes. Tony Burnett.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Brings us to number 10, approved purchase of radios for fire department with ARP funds. And, Mr. Roy Sullivan, are you gonna address this?
Yes.
If you will look in your packets also, there's a sheet that will give you, number 10, that was in the packet, is the balance of the funds, the ARP funds.
So this will be some information you can read while I go through some history on what brought us to where we are today. Apologize, some of my proposal was printed on cardstock, I didn't know it was on the printer. But what you have in front of you, a piece of documentation, one on top of that funding proposal that I'm proposing to be able to fund this final large project for our communications, fire department, first responders, and rescue. The other documentation, they're not bids, but they're quotes on, actually, the next 2 pages is money, Homeland Security money that we've been awarded. We're still pending the executed contract, which typically comes out April. And then lastly is 2 quotes from radio vendors showing a high-end radio versus a lower-end radio, what my proposal is. So some of this, I might sound like a broken record, but it's important to establish the history on what brought us to this point. Kenny County started our current TAC and Tennessee Advanced Communications Network project almost 2 years ago to at least get some units on the system and then build out from there. That was the original game plan. First started out as an EMS, EMA law enforcement project. EMS would come on first and the sheriff department came on shortly thereafter. Originally, it was a joint effort with Middle Tennessee Electric to add capacity to their existing tower site on Short Mountain by adding what's called a blade to their tower to allow for 5 Canyon County TAC and targets. We have since purchased a second blade that is pending installation with the assistance of Woodbury City Council approving $23,000 to assist in this project to add additional talkers for all agencies, including the city of Woodbury. That gives us a total of 13 talkers. That includes public works, county roads, schools, whenever they come up with funding for securing those radios. So counties that have their own P25,000 phase two systems, first one being Rutherford, and then we have Williamson and Davidson. Very robust, good systems, but they're also expensive to upkeep. The advantage being on the Tennessee Advanced Communication Network is the state pays the cost of upkeep of the equipment. And then also in this case, Middle Tennessee Electric is their tower. So I had a conversation about 8 years ago with one of the founding members of TAC and Alan Hooper. And I asked him what was the best radio to have, and he advised at that time Motorola because TAC is the Cadillac radio system. Since that conversation, other vendors have authorized to come on board using the P25 standard. In Canyon County Code of Law Enforcement EMS, we make sure to stay with Motorola to establish a baseline of operation. If we have any coverage issues, we know it's a radio issue, not a system issue. Now, the full interoperability is now a reality for Canyon County. Future's here, and since back in cut over in April, Sheriff's Department has requested a PHP helicopter on 2 occasions, and both times we're able to switch over to TAC and interrupt channel before the helicopter even got to Canyon County. That's the first time in Canyon County history that that's been capable without first being issued a radio beforehand. Full interoperability is now a reality for Canyon County. Since the TAC cut over, we're in the process of issuing RTOC grids to TBI. We got proof from Rutherford County to have their law enforcement, fire, dispatch channels in our radios and vice versa. Also with TBI special agents and the need that they work operations with law enforcement. So after the first tornado, Sheriff's Department portables had issues with their existing system, but they had already purchased their portable radios and using TAC and were able to communicate with each other calls. So things to consider during an incident like that. Well, at that time, I didn't have Rutherford County's talkers that they were using for their command, so they had to issue me a radio. And it operated off their P25 system, which worked great during the event of the tornado. But when it finally got to a point that I was able to start going home, as soon as I dropped off Pleasant Ridge, I lost all communication with Rutherford. So TAC wants their system to be flawless and redundant and offer their technicians whenever we need systems working on our radios at no cost to us. Also, they're issued a statewide talk group for interoperability. And using their technicians, we had an issue with the police department's programming, and we knew it was something to do with their portables because it was just affecting them. So after a day of troubleshooting, TAC and technicians come in the next day, we get a complete reprogram and resolve the issue. Didn't cost us a dime. So it's been a dream for Canyon County to migrate to the state's tagging system for almost a decade, and I can now say we are almost completely there, and the future is now here in Canyon County. I've been part of this discussion for Canyon County to be P25 compliant for 15 years. I can now say that after approval, this proposal tonight will be there. TAC is granting Canyon County roaming privileges on their systems. It does not require us to add any more expensive additional blades to their system. We've already did what we said we would do. Any maintenance equipment is responsibility of TAC in Middle Tennessee. The timing of distance on this, to discuss this proposal tonight, is starting next month, we will start the discussions with Homeland Security for additional funding for communications and radios. Once we have every agency cut over in public safety, it further justifies getting additional funding through Homeland Security for radios. Homeland Security District 5 has been good to Canyon County, and I think this is going to be going to help us even more secure further funding. So working in a unified effort, starting with this commission, the City of Woodbury, the City of Auburntown, Canyon County Fire Department, Canyon County 911, the Department of Homeland Security. We'll have Canyon County emergency communications with the most advanced system of the day, with the state paying the cost of the maintenance of the system. So with that said, I move on to my proposal and the breakdown. I'm asking for $180,000 very RP money. City of Woodbury, we still have to go in front of the city council, but I spoke with both mayors, and the initial discussion to get the city up to speed would be about a little over $50,000. I asked the mayor if the city would consider meeting me halfway. And And he said, once this is approved, we'll go back to the table and talk about it. Me and Mayor Duggan have always had a great working relationship, and he's always been very supportive in the city of Woodbury in our communications projects. The city of Auburntown feels that he can commit $15,000 to add this. That may be approved this year with a city council meeting coming up when they do a budget amendments. Homeland Security, copies here in your handout, $70,485 that is destined to go to portable radios. Canyon County Fire still has currently $13,000 in their budget that's to go towards radios. That may change some, but, and Woodbury Fire currently has $4,000 in their budget to go towards this. So that's a total project, $307,485. And the total amount needed is $307,566 with the breakdown of the radios to the left-hand side. Now, this is not going to outfit every single firefighter with a portable radio, but it will outfit every single vehicle. And when I submitted this request a couple of weeks ago, I wanted a bare minimum of what it would take to be able to cut us over. And this is the bare minimum. That being said, I'd like to have a motion for $180,000 ARP money to go towards finish this project.
So it's 300, may I?
Yes, sir.
307,566 for 57 portable radios.
No, that's for both, I'm sorry.
Okay, for
Vehicle mount and
90.
handheld.
So 90.
The reason that number is, it's fluid because, like I said, those radios that I included are not bids. That is just an example of what it costs to get these radios. We'll still have to determine what radios to go with. Motorola, if we purchase Motorola, we can get them on state contract, but they're also much, much more expensive. The other one being a tape radio, we would have to go to bid on that. We've also got Harris radio, Kenwood radios for an example. So that's going to come down to the individual needs and funding that becomes available. But as far as the vehicles, I would like to stay with Motorola because one of the things looking down the road and next year with Homeland Security funding is for vehicle repeaters and responders vehicles. DeKalb County has been doing extensive testing. They have a $2.3 million proposal pending now. But that's including vehicle repeaters, tri-band radios. I mean, it's a very, very nice proposal. That's not something we can pursue at this time. But with the testing of their vehicle repeaters, they've got covered in all their schools, the hospitals, the jail.
Before we get any further in, I'm sorry. Before we get any further into the debate, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the requested funds of $180,000 out of the ARP fund.
I'll second.
I've got a motion and a second now. Discuss, I'm sorry, Roy. Go ahead.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Is there any questions of the commission?
Can you explain the benefit of switching, make sure the first responders and fire are switched over to attacking with EMS and that's
Well, it'll also make them interoperable with all our agencies in Canyon County and also most of our surrounding counties. The way it works with Rutherford's not attacking, but it's the same type of system. So we will install both talkers back and forth. We've already got approval to do that. It's just a matter of setting up, being able to take the time to do that. So with DeKalb County possibly coming on board, voting on that in less than 2 weeks. Warren County is about a year away roughly. Coffee County is already on board. So it's fast moving, and I want to try and stay ahead of the curve.
But this will help when they're on scene as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. But when I first started this less than 2 years ago, I never expected to have the coverage that we got in Canyon County on 800 megahertz. And if we go with dual band radios, it gives us the advantage of VHF, which is what we're using now. Both of those towers reside in our county on Short Mountain. TACN has opened up that tower and other towers for us to roll on. And I think they use Canyon County as kind of a pilot project that show how small counties can come on board with this, even though it's expensive. But I think this will be the third time we've changed radio systems, and I think this is going to be the final one we go to.
Anybody else?
Appreciate the work you've done, Roy, because I know you've been working hard on this. I just had a couple questions.
One, you said the vehicles would not be able to communicate with the portables at the Woodbury Fire Department. Did I understand that correctly?
No.
Or did I not? Okay,
No, this proposal is to include all fire departments, city and county,
okay,
and rescue.
okay. I didn't see rescue. That was my next question.
So
Commissioner Williams?
this covers, all fire and rescue vehicles in city and county.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else?
And to clarify, this also opens the door, not with this funding, but Canyon County has already been awarded our 13 talk groups. So schools have ones, county roads, public works, PD&S will have TAC channels. So it's an exciting part to be part of this process, because TAC is, I didn't think they was gonna let us have our other 7 additional talk groups this soon, because the equipment hasn't even been installed. That's still pending. But they've already opened it up, and if we find other funding for other agencies, then we'll do that too.
Commissioner? Go ahead, man.
The system that you have now, you've got a lot of dead spots
Yes,
throughout the county. This new system completely wipe out all the dead spots, or you still have some in certain areas?
when Tappan was first built out, the requirement was to have 100% mobile coverage throughout the state of Tennessee. It just depends on what towers they allow you to grow on. So once the state met that over 10 years ago, then they offered it up to county and municipalities if they paid so much per radio, and it just wasn't realistic. Now that they've opened it up, if you add capacity to it, which Canyon County has done this past year and a half, they now have opened us up to be able to roam on these other towers. Well, we've got 90% portable coverage and 100% mobile coverage using the state system. The location of the towers are in different locations. Like I said, 2 of them are on top of Short Mountain, and we've got Rutherford. One of the things Tacking is focusing on now, and I'm hoping Canyon County will be a part of this, is if you give them the infrastructure, a tower to put it on, they'll pay for the equipment and install it to increase the port. I think they budgeted like $150 million this year. So this is an ever-evolving project with Tacking and State Tennessee. We're now starting to.
I'd like to say before we vote on this, that as somebody that has to use the current radio system, I would be very much looking forward to bringing a system like this in. It would benefit our county greatly as far as, the fire side of it, along with, the rest of the first responders and emergency personnel in the county.
Question?
Yes.
According to your breakdown, which I appreciate, the the ARPA funds would be funding 60% of this if you include Cannon County Fire, county funds. The rest would come from the city of Woodbury, Allentown, Homeland Security, and Woodbury Fire. Is that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that, as a taxpayer yourself, do you think that 60% is a fair and equal allocation of the funds to be expended?
This was in the form of tax increase, I'd say no, but since this is coming from the ARPA grant, which will at no cost to Canyon County residents, that's why I'm proposing it.
Anyone else? All right. Call roll.
Nathan Lena,
Yes.
Nathan Sanders,
Yes.
Chris Singleton,
Yes.
Curtis George.
Yes.
Eddie Muir,
Yes.
Rick Brandon,
Yes.
Randy Gannon,
Yes.
Crystal Alexander. Yes. Tony Burnett.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, so much, appreciate it. Appreciate all the work, Rob. Motion passes, brings us to number 11, update on hiring school resource officers from Sheriff Young. Sheriff Young. You can hear.
Not hard to go, this road, going too far, I can't even get to go. Got to go on the road.
the sheriff.
So if we don't use this, we'll lose it.
So yes,
How will that affect us next year when they go to reissue it?
I'm gonna let Chris answer that, because he's stayed in contact with them on it.
Grant is so new, I can't tell you what they're gonna do. They haven't said what they're gonna do, and they haven't even given us the stats for the audit process of this. I don't know how much y'all know about it, but it's 75,000 per SRO, and that 75,000 has to be spent on that SRO. So even if we just have one and we spend all 75,000, the other 300 will have to be sent back. And we're gonna have to be able to document and show that whatever we spent on the SROs was spent towards that SRO. It can't be spent for anything else.
Just to clarify, 75,000 salary per SR?
That's per SRO to cover salary, benefits, and equipment, everything needed for that SRO for a year. So I think it came out to, I think me and Diane talked about it, 57,000 for the salary part would be coming out of that.
we have that money, correct?
Yes. Yeah, they sent us that at July 1. So it's here, we can use it, we just need to get in those spots.
Have they taken any money back as of now?
No,
So we still have the full,
we still have it, but it's 6 months in, right, Diane? So,
So it should stop, which whatever's left over June 30th from gets sent back. I'm assuming, I haven't seen anything from them saying that if the grant is not spent, you won't get it again next year. This is supposed to be a recurring thing, trying to get everybody on board with an SRO in every school across the county. But it's just hard to get anybody in law enforcement, and consider we're paying less than the majority of the counties around us are starting at. We're losing people to surrounding counties more money.
is there any way to clarify if we can, like, reapply for the grant or?
I have spoken with, representatives and, Representative Hale and stuff, and he's not sure it very well could affect our, getting money next year, is what I'm told, from Homeland Security. So it got advertised also.
Have we posted for them?
For the road. We'll pull, we gotta get the road filled first, and then we'll pull from the road, and move them to SRO, because we have people interested that are currently working for us, and been there for a while, interested in SRO positions.
I don't guess I understand what you're talking about when you're talking about the road. I understand that, but to me, this is two different topics. The money is sitting in the bank, $300,000 to hire SRO officers. There's
You
been
gotta
no,
have those officers to apply, but I can't take what I've got off the road right now to fill those positions.
yes, sir.
I have a call for duty requirement I have to do.
Yes, sir. But can you not advertise separately for SRO officers? And do your thing for the road officers? I mean, that money is there
I
to
think-
hire these people.
I think the idea is that they want to promote from within those that have been there to get the $57,000 job, which,
Well, it's not the interruption, it doesn't pay 57,000, that's after the benefits the county pays also. So it'd be 2060 an hour. Is
okay,
what they get paid. And we can also use them during the summer. We got clarification state on that when school's out. We can use them as road deputies. But that's still even short, and I can't guarantee, but I'm pretty certain that if we start hiring from outside SROs, the ones that have been loyal to us and stayed with us, that want to move to that position are probably going to
I had one with earlier. The road right after it. He thought he was gonna be doing this, so I hold back there then. And And he left with Rutherford County to be an SRO, and still on. You know,
What do you start deputies out at on the road in Canyon?
We're certified is 19 an hour, uncertified 13.
What does the cab start out? I know y'all had a few go over there, just where I'm in the courthouse sometimes.
22 was,
22 plus? Okay.
and insurance.
Insurance and benefits.
Warren County, do y'all know what Warren County's is?
We, everyone, almost 22.
21 and some change.
What about, and I guess Rutherford's probably the more because of the size of theirs.
Are you talking about road officers?
Yeah.
Commissioner Lemon?
What, so certified officer starts at 19, where does he top out? Is there a top out?
26,
2060? 26.
$20.60.
Okay.
So there's not a whole lot of room to grow there. And usually what we do is if they're certified, they start at 19, 6 months, they go to 19 and a half, another 6 months, they go to 20, another 6 months, they go to 26. So in a year and a half, they're topped out. A lot of these counties around us have somewhere between $5 and $6 growth for them to look forward to.
Why, I guess I don't know the answer. Why don't we?
To keep, from what I've seen, now I haven't been in this position about a year, but from what I've seen from working all aspects of it, whenever we get a raise, we've got to kind of enact that immediately to keep people.
Right.
Because by the time we get a raise, we get, like this year, we got 3% after the lawsuit. We're already 7% behind everybody else at that point. We've got to give it to them to try to keep people from leaving, because everybody nowadays wants to chase it off.
Is that why people are saying they're leaving? It's money.
Look. That's everyone that is left, and I know the last probably at least 6 to 8 months is left to go somewhere else.
Does anybody know with the SRO money, does the SRO money that's coming in like Coffee County, I know Coffee County has SRO officer at every school. I know the money coming in the county is probably gonna vary because of how many schools you got, the population because of those schools. But is that money, like more in Coffee County for SRO than it is in Canyon County? How come they're full? It was us too.
Here, get them a vehicle, put a uniform on, equip them, and pay the salary. The other front cost here is what's gonna be the greatest.
And I understand why you already had a plan for that, and that was to use your old cars when you got your new cars, right? Your SRO. I understand, you got what, 3 ordered?
And no kind of thing inside, on what we're gonna get.
This is a statewide problem. It ain't just here. It's statewide. When THP starts paying 15,000 and offering people out of state new cars, and just look at their new benefits and look at what they're getting paid, they're sucking all the good people away from our small counties. That's a plan. I mean, that's what they're having to do. And it's a desperate problem all over the state. It's not just Canyon County, it's everywhere. I can tell you county after county is having to pay incentives to get people. It's just not a popular job to have right now. I still stay in contact with them, and there's no easy solution. You'll never, people are just really desperate all over the state. It's everywhere. You go anywhere, they ain't got enough people, they can't hire enough people. And the result of that, and this is what I don't want to happen here, is us to hire somebody out of desperation or push somebody into hiring something and get somebody that we don't need around our kids. So I say we be patient and we see what happens because, guys, we don't want the wrong kind of people in our schools. And when you start getting desperate and hiring whoever you can, that's what you're gonna get.
That's not our decision anyways, that's his.
That's his, but that's what he runs into.
We're not even at that far.
3 to 5 years of service. You need to learn your job, laws, different stuff. Grundy County right now is sitting in a mess up there because they had officers hard, ain't even certified. I can't do that legally. I'm not gonna be on you, don't do that. And I really wish y'all wouldn't even consider that.
Anybody else?
We had SROs there at one time, so we don't have any now?
We got two.
Two. Can we not pay them out of this?
Not one of them. You can't put in for the one.
Already had.
Is one of them a traveling SRO or to get paid, he's gotta be dedicated to school, right?
And I think that comes out of the state.
Two at the middle school. And one at each one of those.
But by the grant won't work with it.
Would if we had with vehicles and everything to start them out.
They don't have to be dedicated. Can they roam from school to school?
When one's out, always got to
Anyone? Thanks, Sheriff.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you, Reed. Yes,
did you, and you may have answered it, and I may have got lost, did you ever answer if what Representative Hale said about will we be able to keep it, or?
well, like Chris said, Chris was accurate in what he said. It's kind of up in the air. But, what I understand is from his liaison, that it could be a factor in not getting it again. Yeah. Thank y'all.
Maybe they know how many other counties have that might give them an idea if they need to maybe switch it up some more, or try to work a little bit harder to get them filled. Maybe give us an idea of what we're at.
Good question. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Number 12, approve resolution 2024-1, additional compensation for the general sessions judge. I'm going to let our county attorney explain this. Mr. Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Should say one in the blank there is provided to the 2024-1. As some of you may know, all of you, as a county attorney, I represent the juvenile judge and the juvenile clerk in a federal court case currently in the Middle District of Tennessee at Nashville. Don't want to get in particular to that case, but as in researching that case and doing the work on that case, part of the motion that I had to file, I do some research on how our general session, juvenile, probate judge, all one person, mind you, is compensated in the county, and how that is dealt with statutorily, and how we follow that statute, and how we compensate our judge, which fulfills several roles in our county. And I figured out that, realized that there was an additional $5,000 that I'm not sure whether that's being paid. I haven't talked about the specific aspect of it. It may be already paid to the general sessions judge. It may be a $5,000 additional that the general sessions judge is entitled to. If the commission, statutorily, the commission is able to prove that if the general sessions judge in a county of our size handles a whole bunch of different jurisdictions. And as I listed in the resolution, our general sessions judge handles probate jurisdiction, mental health commitment jurisdiction, general sessions jurisdiction, and juvenile jurisdiction. That we're covered with jurisdiction. So that would normally, as per statute, be a $25,000 additional supplement. However, that's capped at $20,000 unless the commission passes a resolution. And I could not find the commission that ever passed that resolution. So this is simply to keep us up with statute and to provide that additional $5,000. If it's not already being provided, this resolution simply leaves it up to the budget committee to determine and hand it over the budget this year as a recommendation for this commission to include that $5,000 additional for the general session judge in the 2024-2025 budget process.
Any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the resolution 2024-1?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2024-1.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion?
Who's taking the motion?
Commissioner Burnett. All right, call the roll.
If this is approved, then it will go to the budget committee for next year, right? Okay.
Anybody else, I'm sorry. I just jumped the gun there. Call the roll.
Nathan Luna,
Because Judge Cowan and I are practice law together and have some business dealings together, I'm going to abstain.
Nathan Sanders,
Uh,
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Chris Middleton,
Yes.
Curtis George,
Yes.
Eddie Mears,
Yes.
Brett Brandon,
Yes.
Randy Gannon,
Yes.
Crystal Alexander. Yes. Tony Burnett.
Yes.
8-4. Motion carried.
Right. 13. Danny.
We have two budget amendments. The first one, I'm not sure which one you have first, but the Board of Ed has one, which is number 4. And that is a STEM grant they were awarded of $5,000.
Make a motion to approve BOE 23/24, number 4, $5,000.
Second.
That wasn't you, Curtis. We decided.
Curtis, your phone's gonna shut down right now.
Would you repeat that?
Make a motion to approve resolution BOE 23/24, number 4, which is a STEM grant that was awarded from TVA for use on the project in County North Elementary School. It's a total of $5,000.
And I had a second. Who seconded it? Seconded by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor, aye? All opposed?
Okay, the next one is number 13, which is the county general fund. The sheriff's department got a contribution from Quick Stop Market for $4,000, and then the insurance money from Tennessee Rest for $5,000.
Motion to approve 23 to 24, number 13.
Got a motion to approve, VA 2324-13, second by Commissioner George. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed?
What was the donation for?
What?
What was the donation?
I don't know what.
What was donation for, sir?
So you just donate to it for quick use.
Okay.
Tax write-off.
On your report, the sheet with the percentages, again, everything is on track. The ambulance service is a little bit over, but we had 3 payrolls this month, so that's probably why they're 52%. And is there any questions about, I stapled the reports to go with the percentages, so you can look through those.
So if this continues, as far as on the cash flow, we're looking at maybe being, what's about 1.2 million ahead by June, by the time June ends, compared to July.
Oh, yeah, as far as, yeah,
Okay.
and even better than last year too. If that continues.
Let's hope it does.
Yes, sir.
You have anything else? If not, I want to address something, if I may, and it's the ARP money. And if you look at the one you had in under number 10, and that was when Roy gave his presentation, and we approved 180,000 for radios. So the balance before that was, now if I misspeak, I am, please help me. $590,693.95. I passed out another paper that has some needs that we really need for county building. Now, I'm going to say, I honestly believe with all my heart that this commission has spent this ARP money well. And we have spending for things, that we needed very badly. But we've got some more things, and this is gonna take us down. Did we have a figure if the 180,000 was?
I think it's 410, 693.
Yeah. All right, if you got, that leaves us 410,000. If you'll see, I kind of went up here and numbered these, and, number one I've got here is a community center gym doors and hardware. The doors at the community center is a hazard. They're not usable. They're just, they're a wreck. Boy, got stuff going on there. Just a second, I'll get back.
How much is to fix these windows in here so we?
Here,
Y'all got a grant for that?
well, and which brings, thank you, Commissioner Leonard, because that's what brings me next. First, I got the community center gym doors and hardware, which is estimated 40,000. I don't know if they'll cost, I don't know if they'll cost that much. I think that may be on the high end, but we'll see. Number two, windows in the courthouse. As you know, we have been awarded 70,000, and we have a match to that. Is that right, Dewey? So we would like, we're looking at, I don't think that'll do it. I don't think anybody here in this room believes that that's going to take care of all the windows in this courthouse. Because for one thing, we're under the historical commission. And then they're gonna kind of sway which way you go and what you do to these windows. So the number two, I've got to put another 50,000 in addition to the historical commission grant into the windows in the courthouse. Number three, that I've got on the list is AC in the courthouse. Hey, I don't know if anybody likes or cares or anything else, but I think it's horrible that we have window air conditioners hanging out every window. Thank you, Lane. I've got land support.
Sorry, Lena.
I just think that it's way past time that we take care of that. And we've got the means here that we can do that, and we'll probably never get this opportunity again. Number 4 that I've got on here is an ADA, handicap ramps at the Adams building over here that's in very bad shape. An ADA is something that we are going to have to address, and I know we're on a 20-year schedule. We've got 17 years left, I believe. And I don't think is that right, Diane? And I don't think we need to wait till year 15 to look about doing it. And I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna say that Neil Applebaum, I'm gonna give him kudos for this, and because he deserves it. He has done a great job on heading up these ADA things and getting them took care of. And a lot of the major ones in Cannon County, the ADA stuff has been took care of. And to his, I'll give him kudos for that, because he has been behind that, and I appreciate that. And he's worked very, very hard on that. But we've still got things to do, and as you look down 5 through 12, those are things that's in the future, can be in the future. You know, we've got buildings for the rescue squad that's termites is eating plumb down at the old Ridge building. We'll have to do something there. We got things coming up that's going to happen, and some of the things that we have in this county is from us not taking care of what we got, just to be quite honest, and we need to change that direction and start taking care of what we got. Did you have something, Brandon? Sir?
I was just gonna ask you about
Go ahead.
that. Did they come and do a quote on it?
They did come, they did come and do a quote, and if I'm not mistaken, that is split systems.
Okay.
But here's what we run into. On this split system thing, just like this one over here, that does a great job here, courthouse. But we talked about it, and I've talked about it with other people, and I think it's prudent for us to get an engineer to look at it and see if that's the best way to go. You say, well, engineer, he's gonna cost money, and yeah, he is. He's gonna cost money, but it'll cost if he don't. And a project of $100,000 may require us to have an engineer. If I'm not, is it 50,000? Diane? A project over $50,000 or more, then we have to have an engineer take a look at it. So, you've got the windows here at the courthouse and air conditioning. And I was thinking today, and I was thinking all wrong. I don't mean take up your time, but I don't talk much, so give me a little leeway here. But I was thinking wrong today, and I was talking with my maintenance man, and I said, you know, the boiler's too small for the courthouse, and it is, it's too small. And I was thinking, you know, would it be cheaper for us to get a bigger boiler? But you know what a boiler don't do? It don't put out a lot of air conditioning. So he told me, he said, yeah, that helped the heat. It won't do much for the air conditioning. I said, man, you're right there. I don't know what I was thinking. A bigger boiler ain't gonna help the AC none. Those are the 4 things. We've got $410,000 left in our ARP funds, and I would like to see us use them in the best way that we can to shore up the county buildings. That's all I'm saying.
And may I?
Yes.
You know, I've been to probably, in my law practice, I've probably been to 20, 25 courthouses in my 10 years as an attorney. We got one of the sorriest courthouses in the state. We really do. We got issues with the windows. I mean, you can't have a jury trial. Ambulance goes by, well, everybody might have to stop till all that stuff gets done before we can continue our trial. These tables are great, but not really. And then you got it's just, we gotta do something about this courthouse, figure out a justice center or something, because It's embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing. I know I like to take money too, but.
Mayor, didn't we have a renovation committee? Didn't we have?
We did have courthouse renovation, and they meet, and I think they're gonna be on board with this. What do you think, Judge? Yes, please.
So, just to give you an example, I had to stop a criminal hearing the other day because of something going on 2 blocks away.
Yeah,
And Mr. Mitchell and I talked about this. The glass in the judge's chambers over here almost fell out the other day. Mr. Fagan removed it before it fell to the ground 2 stories below. We now have that window duct taped in the judge's
That's
chambers.
embarrassing.
So,
That's freaking embarrassing.
and I think, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think that stop criminal hearing, it's my fault.
well, no, it was, it was the chainsaw. We worked out. But,
I mean, you got courthouses.
but you shouldn't have to stop what you're doing to across the street.
Agreed.
You're gonna stop our hearing. So, that's my point. The renovation committee, which is chaired by Mr. Fagan, we've taken great strides. We've renovated the jury room, the DA's conference room. We've done a polishing project on the floor, which is about ready to be done again. We've, through the help of Mr. Mitchell's office, amplified the use of technology in the courtroom. So both Mr. Mitchell, Ms. Hickman, and Mr. Applebaum have been really helpful with the committee on that. But there's still a long way to go. There's needs in the basement. So I love our old courthouse. I love the historic value of it, but we need it to be functional. You know, we're not going to be like Rutherford County. Next door, they have a $90 million building. It's the best in the state. We're not going to be like that. I don't expect it to be like that. But those are some of the things our committee's trying to address. And this grant that's coming through the Historical Commission, I believe, Mr. Mitchell, has to be used by October, I believe.
It's got time.
And we estimated the project at 120,000, so I believe it's roughly 70 that was awarded. So, is it June?
It might be, I think it's longer than that. I think the AOC, I think that's by June.
And the AOC, the state has just awarded us almost $37,000, which will provide access controls for all of our court officers in these doors. It will provide a steel secure door for the public entrance. That door, that's
a hollow core door.
core door. A 22 would shoot through that door.
I can put my fist to that,
So,
I think.
so we have $10,000 tax from the state that will pay for that. So grateful for all that. Again, I'm not ashamed of our building. I just want I want it to be something that we're proud of again. I mean, this is the cornerstone of our county, right? All of our logos and everything has this building. So that's kind of one of my side projects, at least for the next 6.5 years.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. And commission got anything?
These numbers here, have there been quotes on any of these?
Most of them have, but I know the AC has. If you look down here at the rescue squad building, I don't think we quoted it at the team. That's a ballpark figure.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say that that's an EOC.
EOC.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. You're exactly right. So I apologize. That's right. That's the right.
I see where it's $30,000 to get asbestos out of the Adams building.
For third floor news. Abatement.
Shouldn't there be some sort of grant money because asbestos gives you cancer?
Well, it may be. And it may be something that we
You think the feds would
pursue. And you know what? I'll have to say that, I hope we get some more grant money, and I'm for grant money if it's something you need. If it ain't something the county needs, then ain't no use putting in a match on it. Because if you don't need it, you don't need it. Just to get it, to be getting it, that don't make good sense. You need to have use of it.
The wiring in that building over there
It's bad, yes. And so, right now, we've got about 4 or 5 grants. And I've got to put those, we gotta get those done. So I think I'm gonna take a breather off grants for me and see if I can't get some of these in the process. And me and the judge talked about the AOC, and we're gonna start working on it. Already started working on it. So it ain't about just getting the grants either, it's about fulfilling them and putting them in place. Yeah, anybody else? Thank y'all for listening to me. Yes.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I just would like to note that, yes, I do chair the courthouse renovation committee that this commission appointed a year or so ago. And really the point of that committee is to make sure that whenever there's a project at the courthouse, that project meets all historical guidelines, hence the historical commission. We just have to be mindful of that because the window grant that we got this year, kind of dependent upon, was dependent upon whether we had enough historical aspect. If we alter the courthouse too much, we can lose those grants in the future. So that's why that committee exists, that's what we do, and we just try to be mindful of that while we're moving forward with everything that Mr. Callen mentioned. Thank you.
Bottom line, what I was talking about is that the rest of the money, I wish we could use to shore up our buildings. So, we'll talk about that later.
So you're gonna put these top 4 items on the agenda for next month?
I mean,
Okay.
and, actually, yeah. I'll put it in there. Anybody else? All right, take a motion to adjourn. Got a second? Did you have something? Did you second it, Grant?
Yep.
All right, all in favor, aye? All opposed? Thank you.
Yes.
That's Greg made the motion to adjourn, and I think
I had heard it sound,
that's
make a
her.
motion, and Randy seconded.
Okay. Here. If we can. See, I've had. We can't, yeah. I agree with you. I mean, almost right. Budget was already mailed to them.
Sexy Cindy.